Kiss. When it comes to iconic looks and longevity, there are few bands that can top them. Now, to the untrained eye, they may look like a crew of geriatrics cosplaying as an embarrassment of S&M kink pandas, but Kiss are phenomenally successful for knowing their way around a guitar riff, and because they're truly exceptional businessmen. And yes, an embarrassment is the collective noun for pandas. Did you know that? I didn't know that, but it's bloody accurate. Look at these clumsy idiots. More than any band I've covered so far, the music, the look and the mythos of the rock band from New York, Kiss, look like they fit the medium of video games. And in the spirit of rock and roll excess, why have just one game when you can have two games? Formed in 1973, Kiss are best known by their original lineup of Paul Stanley, Peter Criss, Ace Frehley and old hung tongue himself, Gene Simmons, aka Starchild, the Catman, Space Ace and the Demon. See, I can't call myself Thrustmaster at work, even though I really want to. So I don't get why they get to do it. They get all the cocaine and the women as well. The swines. The shock rockers are performers of the highest calibre, with their expensive stage shows, elaborate costumes and theatrical performances galvanising the appeal of absolute rock bangers like I Was Made for Loving You, Rock and Roll All Night, Detroit Rock City, God Gave Rock and Roll to You Part 2, Shout It Out Loud, Love Gun, Strutter and Crazy Crazy Nights. This is Kiss the band, loud, stomping, incomparable rock tunesmiths. Kiss the marketing machine, well, that's a different matter entirely, though one that will give us similar triumphant results. In addition to the two games we will be covering today, how about such things as a crossover episode of Scooby-Doo, a Kiss stroke Hello Kitty toilet paper roll, condoms, a 1990s WCW wrestler, urns, doormats, air guitar strings, just what you think it is, a slang kit, a ski mask, a 4-pack of Mr. Potato Heads done in Kiss makeup, cologne, checkers sets, a Viewmaster, air fresheners, and yeah, we all know about this one, but the coffin, casket, no, wait, casket, but with a K. Oh, and a collector's book that was 3 foot tall, that's full of pictures of the band that they only made 1,000 of and now go for nearly $5,000 on the internet. I wonder how successful Kiss would have been, though, in either their marketing or as one of the biggest bands in the world, if Gene Simmons had got his wish and they'd gone with his preferred name of Fuck. Kiss Psycho Circus, the Nightmare Child, is harbouring 2 sets of colons for a reason. It's not directly based on the band, you see, but actually it's based on a comic that's based on the band. What a tangled web of officially licensed spider silk that we weave here. The comic Kiss Psycho Circus was released by Todd McFarlane's Image Comics, they of Spawn, The Walking Dead and Kick-Ass fame, before you expect Gene Simmons' tongue to become the main adversary of Spider-Man in the next MCU movie. Having said that, Kiss were, yes, part of the Marvel universe of comics at one point too. So you never know. Keep your eye on the background of WandaVision. In the Psycho Circus universe, the members of Kiss are actually elemental supernatural beings known as the Four Who Are One. Also, they're known as the Kiss Elders. Imagine Cthulhu-esque elder gods, but in platform shoes and leather, and that's who the Kiss Elders are. The game based on this premise, The Nightmare Child, by publishing house The Gathering of Developers, was released on the Dreamcast and PC in July 2000. The game sees you placed into the DM boots of struggling rock band Wicked Jester as they continue the drudgery of humping about their amps to perform in front of minimal crowds at a roadhouse. Roadhouse. Unfortunately, the one they attend this particular evening, everyone's died, and in fact most of the world has come to an end. So, a mysterious crone called Madam Raven offers the band members tickets to the Psycho Circus, which is just a way for the aforementioned Kiss elder gods to inhabit their mortal bodies in order to battle the dreaded forces of evil and their forthcoming harbinger of woe, that being the eponymous Nightmare Child. What high-cock-a-lorum. This is all a set-up to what is essentially a first-person shoot-'em-up with strong overtures of some of ID's classics like Quake and Doom. Despite its comic-inspired story, Nightmare Child is less about the cautious yet narrative-rich FPS trends of the time that games like Half-Life and Deus Ex had ushered in, but instead the high-intensity, unrelenting hordes of the genre when it was in its gut-spewing infancy. There are wave after wave of hellspawn throwing themselves into the path of your strange arsenal of weapons here. It's linear, it's fast-paced, and it hails back to a genre that was perhaps at its purest at its dawn. There's more than enough ghastly locations, hell beasts and little snippets of Kiss playing music through various jukeboxes scattered throughout the demonic landscape, which, if you so wish, you can blow up if you don't fancy listening to the old boys caterwauling out yet another hoary old rock standard. Although you do know that if you do this, you'll make Peter Criss's makeup run with his own cheek-wettening tears, don't you? You monster, that man's a human pussycat. That's cruelty to animals, that is. Cruelty to animals. The game works very well on its native Windows format and can be recommended if you're a fan of Doom. But buyer beware regarding the Dreamcast version. The controls, and remember this is pre-Halo, suffer from the age-old not as intuitive as the mouse and keyboard issue. And there's no keyboard and mouse support for the Dreamcast, despite those items being peripherals available from the console's launch. Gone too is the multiplayer network play, and it all seems rather a bit of an afterthought compared to its PC equivalent brother. The poor old Dreamcast, Peter Criss, is crying again. Maybe he really likes the Dreamcast. The other game, Kiss Pinball, came out a year later on the original PlayStation and Windows, again viring the team of the gathering of developers. It actually came out at a budget price of $10 in America, during the time when a lot of shovelware and earlier PS1 titles were coming down to pocket money prices. In terms of appeal, Kiss Pinball is closer to fellow big-haired rockers Motley Crue's effort, that being Crewball on the Mega Drive, than the fantastical awesomeness featured in Naxatsoft's incredible Crush series of pinball classics. The tables are dour, realistic standard pinball affairs. Just old regular Joe tables with bumpers and springs and whatnot, so don't go expecting to bash strutting Star Childs with your silver spheroid, or launch your balls onto Gene Simmons' tongue as he thrusts you into a peculiar mini-game of his own desires while you thrash your flippers all over his face. No, there's nothing for the innuendo favouring reviewer here. Nope, there are just $2 dishwater tables here, one based on their dark mythos and another one that takes inspiration from a concert. Yes, of course, this table has a merchandise stand. It's Kiss, isn't it? They want to take your money. The meagre selection of tables do offer a range of difficulty settings and challenges, but this is for naught as the game simply does not play very well. The tables are about 2 to 3 screens high and the camera follows the ball as it moves about. That ball is quite big too. And as it moves around the screen with commendably realistic physics, it goes at a dizzying pace, which means it's absolutely impossible for your brain to consistently keep up with it. Luckily, the game does slow down when multi-ball events happen, but not because of design. It's a slowdown birthed of a programmer at 4:30 on a Friday afternoon who's eyeing up the pub and potentially getting a curry afterwards. It's not just that the PS1 struggles with multi-ball either. The camera suddenly gets confused like a golden retriever throwing multiple well-gnawed tennis balls at once. Either a small ball and table should have been employed so we could see the entire playfield, or the multi-ball option should have been completely abandoned, or a flick screen setup mirroring the likes of Crew Ball or Devil Crush should have been utilised. As it is, Kiss Pinball is an awfully flawed piece of software and deserves to be pulled out of the disc tray of your PlayStation and given a thorough going over with some officially licensed Kiss Wirewall, and then launched unceremoniously into an officially licensed Kiss kitchen bin. A misfire there from the love gun. Well, that's it for another episode of this nonsense. It's just a shame Kiss never made officially licensed disposable paper towels for cleaning the bottoms of infants' bums, isn't it? I mean, they could then sing the slogan, "These are baby, 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 baby wipes." Yeah, probably in a better way than I just did there. And what a lame joke to end with as well. I'm sure Peter Criss is crying about this as well. Poor old puss. Okay, thanks, bye.